My ex-husband MGTOW always forgets to lock the front door. And now I'm going to show all of his YouTube channel's so-called red pill followers and MRA chumps the truth. I am going to show you all why we need feminism. I'm going to show you how it really is with a little graph I like to call the victim chart. This chart took unmeasurable amounts of research to dig through all the BS we call patriarchy to get down to the truth. The chart demonstrates victim versus privilege by examining variables and assigning them a positive point value or a negative point value. The higher on the positive side, the greater the victimhood; the higher on the negative side, the greater the privilege. Let us begin. I know you boys hate it, but women are always first. It's the least you can do after centuries of oppression. So we will start with the female gender. Women are among the most oppressed people in the world and have been since the beginning, and that is why the female variable has the highest victimhood point value at a whopping 80 points. Now do you men see how awful you are? Next is male. Men have been the most privileged people in Earth's history, especially if they are white, and thus they have a fitting negative 75 point value. Now we move on to sexual orientation and identification, which are important factors to consider when it comes to victimhood. Gay and lesbian are awarded plus 40 points, unless your name is the Justica, in which case it's minus 40 points. Straight is the only variable in existence to get a 0-point value, unless previously the male variable was applied, in which case a negative 40 points are applied, as the combination of the two variables is what makes up the secret oppressive group known as the patriarchy. Bisexuals get a negative 10-point value. I know what you are thinking. They are part of the LGBT and they are oppressed. I was distraught when my research turned up this factoid as well. I continued digging in hopes to find that it was not true. Unfortunately though, bisexuals oppress themselves. They are confused and want the best of both worlds. They really should just learn to make up their minds. Transgenders get a plus 40-point value, unless of course they are male to female. Then they only get a plus 5 points. Cisgendered individuals are negative 30 points, unless they are female or lesbian. Then they get an added plus 40 points per variable. This brings us to race, and no race is more oppressive than the white or Caucasian race, whose point value is negative 75. Non-Caucasian is plus 75 for obvious reasons. Finally, we are brought to other variables that don't fit the above categories, but are still paramount. People who are living below poverty have a plus 50-point value, unless they are male, in which case their value is reduced to plus 25. Above middle class people are negative 40, unless female or lesbian variable is applied. Add plus 40 for each variable. If the person in question is rich, they are negative 75, unless female or lesbian variable was applied, in which case no points are awarded. And lastly, but not least, if the person likes stuffed animal bears, they are awarded plus 25 points, unless the male variable was applied, in which case you should call the police because he is a pedophile. Example: Baha Mustafa equals female, plus lesbian, plus non-Caucasian, plus above middle class equals plus 355, victimhood point scale. Example: Anisian equals male, plus bisexual, plus Caucasian, plus likes teddy bears, plus above middle class equals minus 225 privileged point scale. I hope this clears up the doubts you rape apologizing scum MGTOW and MRA had. If not, just remember, we had your penis under a knife when you were a baby. We can do it again. When my ex-husband finds out that his YouTube channel has been hacked, tell him, FemBot said LOL.
It's probably the most common topic within most of the content that I see.
Males are predominantly preoccupied with sexual infidelity, while women are preoccupied with emotional infidelity.